What's going on, guys? Viper PT back at you for a review, but this one's gonna be a quickie. That didn't sound too good. I don't do quickies, okay? No comments on that. I'm not a rabbit. But it's gonna be a short review. It's not a review, it's an update on what's been going on with the new Subox kit, okay? I wanted you guys to be up to date because I've been using it for 7 days, non-stop, abusive use, and night and day, on my bed, everywhere, okay? Coffee shops, work, everything. Because to be honest with you, I was gonna give this little cool mod to my wife, but since I started using it, when I showed you guys the review, I couldn't let it go, I'm serious. So my wife is carrying around the chunky IPv2S with the super tank on top, and I've been walking around with my little K-box, okay? Which sometimes size does not matter, okay? You can be big, but that's the harder you fall. We all know that, right? So what I can tell you is that these 50 watts compared to the 70 watts I can use on this, I never go that far anyway. Man, this thing has been the balls. And I had to tell you guys, because there are some things I did on the other review, which I said I didn't really want to get that much into. First point, because I didn't know, because I had got it the day before. Second point is because you have a lot of reviews on it. But some of the reviews I've seen, sometimes we all make mistakes and we say stuff that isn't actually what it is, or we did the review and we didn't know everything that it had in it, so we didn't know how to explain it, alright? Which is the same thing with me. But that's why I decided to do the update. I don't think I made any mistake on my review because it was short, well, kind of long, but short on explaining how this thing works, okay? So what I just want to tell you guys today is that the battery life on it, the tank, and you can use it like, how can I explain it to you? This thing has like this little hole, okay? The tank has this really tiny hole, okay? Which, if I use it at 25 watts with the 0.5 ohm RBA section coil I have in it from the video, I still have the same coil for 7 days and the same cotton. Doesn't taste like burnt. It's awesome. I might have to change it tonight, but I wanted to leave the same coil to do the review for you guys, okay? So at 25 watts with the 0.5 ohm coil RBA section, if you're like used to taking them out to lung hit, it's good, all right? It's this little small hole. It's like you're smoking a cigarette, okay? So if you're just trying to get out of cigarettes or you're vaping and you're cutting down on the cigarettes, if you have it on the little hole, I was doing it wrong. This one's even smaller. But I just did a mouth to lung hit on it. Let's try the little one. I was seeing too much vape on this. You got more vapor than blowing smoke from a cigarette, that's for sure. And you got good taste. It's not as good as open. Okay, you get more taste the more the hole is open. And there's another thing you can do. This is the middle hole, okay? And if I put it like this, like say you have the maximum, like here, and it's too much for you, if you go back, you can have the dual. Like you see the size hole from the middle hole, because you have 3 possible air intake. You have the maximum, you have the middle hole, and you have that little small one from mouth to lung that simulates like you're smoking. But if you think the middle hole is too small and the maximum hole is too big, you can always do it like this, okay? So you're like in between, which is really cool. Let's try this one. And don't forget, I'm using this at 25 watts, okay? Now the really cool thing I wanted to tell you guys is that the battery life on this thing is, I don't know why, but it's amazing. The batteries, I want to show you guys the batteries that I use. I use the E-Fast, okay, 25 milliamp batteries with the 35 amp discharge, okay, and I use the new Sony batteries, the new Samsung batteries, the 18650 25Rs, but it's the cheapest one. You can get these in green. It depends on the powers. This is the cheapest one that they had. I just wanted to try it because I couldn't believe how this thing was working. This thing cost me 8 euros, I think it was, 8 or 9 euros. You got them in green, which is the cheapest one. Then you got pink ones, and you got the blue ones. The blue ones I think are the best ones. Okay, which probably about $12, $13, something around there. But I can tell you that this battery, I work 12 hours a night. I only work nights. I have the night shift. And what I can tell you guys is that if I put a fresh battery at 7 o'clock in the afternoon, because I get into work at 8 o'clock at night, I get out at 8 o'clock in the morning, I vape a lot, okay? I can go through 2 tanks during the nighttime as I'm working because I can vape at work. There's no one there. I'm at a desk and I'm at night and the gates are closed and I can vape inside. There's no problem, not bothering anybody. So I go through 2 full tanks during the night. And the battery lasts me from 7 o'clock in the afternoon the night before up until 8, 9 o'clock in the morning the next day. I don't swap any batteries. I take the cable with me, I take an extra battery with me, and I don't ever have to use it so far. I wanted to tell this to you guys, okay, because I think you guys should know this. Because on this big bad boy, it's big, but it's only 1 battery. Same thing as the K-Box. I swapped this battery. This is no bullshit. I swapped this battery, I put a fresh battery at 7 o'clock in the afternoon. I go to work. At 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I have to swap the battery again, put a new battery in. At 9 o'clock in the morning, I have to put another battery in. Is that crazy as shit or what? This is 1 battery. Another thing that I want to rectify from everybody else is that they said that this is an upgrade from the mini sub-tank from Kangertech, right? We got the coils changed and we got the airflow now on both sides, which the model before only had 1 airflow. And what people were saying that, oh, but they still didn't fix the issue of the open space or being able to bottom fill and cover up all the space from the tank that we need or that we want, like we can get an extra 0.5 mils of liquid in here. It's bullshit. You can't. And I'm going to explain why. The coil that comes inside, the pre-made coil, is smaller than the RBA section, okay? I was thinking about that, and I tried to take it to the limit, and I was like, shit, yeah, Kangertech did a good job. It's impossible from this coil, okay, the pre-built coil, which is a lot smaller. This is the 1.5 ohm coil that came with it. If I open this up, I don't want to go down because I don't want to waste your time. If I open this up and show you guys the RBA section, okay, look at the RBA section and look at the pre-built coil. It's a lot bigger. Okay, Kangertech, even on this, they did fix the issue with the tank. It does take up the maximum juice that it can hold, and it would be full. You don't see any spacing in it after you fill up the tank. So what are we going to do? I want to show you guys on camera. Okay, we're going to fill up the tank up to the maximum that it can go. Okay, here's the tank. And I'm going to fill it up to the maximum it can take. Okay? And that's about it. Okay, the tank is not completely full, right? So now let's put in the RBA section. And it's in, let's flip it over. The tank is full, guys. Okay, so Kangertech wasn't bullshitting and they weren't playing around. If you use the RBA section, you're going to fill up the tank to the max. If you use the pre-built coil, you're not going to get it filled to the max because it's smaller. Okay, so I just really wanted to point that out to you guys, because if you're like I am and you like perfection and you're like, damn it, you buy a tank and it's not completely full, you can never get it completely full. Yeah, you can get it completely full. I could have still put a little bit more. It goes exactly right up to the top. Okay, another thing about the tank, I love the sub tank, I really do. Let's take a vape on the sub tank. There's only 2 settings on this for the air control. You got the middle, which is almost the same as the maximum, okay? And it has it on both sides also. Let's take a hit with the sub tank at, wait a minute, sorry guys. I forgot, I think this is a 0.2 ohm coil, okay? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I got a 0.2 ohm coil in here, so I have to boost it up. It's going to be working at 45 watts and it's working at 3.4 volts, okay? Now this may be the difference between one tank to the other, but I just want to show this to you guys. Super taste and good vape, right? I love this tank. This super tank from Tobacco is the best sub-ohm tank with pre-built coils that I have so far. Okay, I have a lot of sub-ohm tanks, and the reviews that I do is on the tanks that I like most. What I don't like, I put it to the side, because then I wouldn't be an honest reviewer, you know what I mean? I buy a lot of stuff, it's not all offered, and most of the times the stuff that I pick out, the vendors, what they send to me, they're smart. They send out the good stuff. What I buy, I'm kind of stupid. I try it out, I don't like it, so, and I paid for it, so what the hell, I'm not going to review it, because first of all, I don't have to, it's mine, and second of all, I'm not going to be selling shit to you guys, alright? So, I show you what I like. This is the best sub-ohm tank that I have so far, okay? Great flavor, great vapor production, and the coils are cheap. They're like $2 each coil. Super cheap, okay? You can get them 0.2 ohm coils or 0.5 ohm coils. Now, the mini sub tank from Kanger, this guy gives you great flavor. It gives you awesome vape also. And this one at work at night, I waste 3 tanks on it, okay? It's a 4 mil tank. This is a 4 mil tank or 4.5 mil tank. It's 4 mil tank. I think it's a 4 mil tank also. This one at night I waste 2 tanks, this one I waste 3, okay? So that's another point that I had to tell you guys. Let's see the vapor production on the Kangertech. Kangertech, since I have a 0.5 ohm coil on it, I only have to use 25 watts to get 3.5 volts. This one at 45 watts was working at 3.4 volts, okay? Let's see the vapor production on the Kangertech. I mean, what the hell, guys, you know? I think seriously, this mod for now, for me, it's a no-brainer, okay? I've seen them for sale for 60 bucks, and I've seen them for sale for 80 bucks. So, seriously, if you're a beginner, and, oh, one more thing I gotta tell you guys. Another thing on the Kangertech, and there are other mods out there, like, I'm not gonna say brand names, okay? This one, we can swap the battery, right? And you guys know that we have other mods out there that have the batteries internal. You can't swap them out. You have 400 milliamps, 500 milliamps, sorry, 4,000 milliamps, 2,000 milliamps, 2,600 milliamps, but it's an internal battery, okay? This one, you can swap the batteries out, which means when this battery dies out after you recharge it like 300, 350 times, you throw a $7 battery out and put a new battery in, and you're fine. What happens with the internal mods, with the internal mods that have the internal batteries after 300 or 350 or 400 charges? What are you guys gonna do with the whole mod, which costs you 50 or 40 bucks? Okay, so you're probably paying a little bit more for the Kanger, but you got the option of taking out a battery. When this one dies out, you just put another one in. And you got another option. If you do buy an external charger, I take this battery out, I charge it up, put a fresh battery in, and I'm good to go. With the internal batteries, you have to leave it charging. You can't vape on it. Well, some maybe you can, but you're not by a computer, right? So you're out, you go to the coffee shop or you go to a bar and your mod dies out because it's the mod that died out because the battery's on the inside. You can't swap it. Either you take 2 mods with you, or before you leave the house, you take a fully charged mod and hope it will last you the whole night while you're in that bar or stuff. And when you come back home, you hook it up to your computer or your wall outlet and leave it charging during the night while you're sleeping. You guys get the difference? It's 2 different ball games here. Yeah, the other one is a little bit cheaper, but for your habits, which do you think will be better for you? Do you vape a lot or you don't? You know? And I haven't said this in the videos prior to this, so I really wanted to get this out because it's been hitting my head hard. Okay, it's not a review. I just wanted to keep you up to date what the Kangertech Subox kit is compared to the other ones and what I've got so far. Another awesome thing, guys. I thought this was gonna chip like shit. It hasn't chipped at all, alright? Nothing, not even on the bottom. Nothing, okay? The paint has been holding out pretty awesome. The only chip I have is what I showed you on the previous video, which is that little chip that already came from factory. I haven't had any other issues with it. So that's it, guys. I hope I helped you out in making your decision. If you have any questions, I'm free, okay? Either contact me at vipervaporpt at gmail.com, or you can comment here on YouTube and I'll get back to you guys, okay? We're all here to help each other, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I helped some of you guys make your decision, and I hope to see you next time on my channel, okay? So stay safe, guys, and vape on, vape hard. See you all on the next video, okay? Stay safe, guys.